The cost to complete I-526 has skyrocketed to $2.3 billion, which is 3 times the amount from just in 2015. How is this going to affect Charleston and our taxes? And what does it mean for you? Well, we're going to hypothesize on that today. Welcome back, everybody. As always, I'm Bill Olson, your favorite YouTubing Charleston realtor, and after today, I might be your least favorite YouTubing Charleston realtor because we're talking about the most hotly debated topic in Charleston, and that is the extension of 526, the elevated cost, and we're going to kind of talk about what it could mean to the residents here in Charleston and our taxes. How is that going to affect us should this move forward? Not just from a do we need the road standpoint. We could go on and on all day about why we need it, why we don't need it, why it's bad, why it's good. I'll get it right out of the way, and I know I'm going to get a lot of hate comments below, and I hope a few of you can defend me as well. I am all for I-526, even at the $2.3 billion cost. I'm just going to go ahead and get it out of the way right now, and I know I'm going to get a lot of hate down in the comments, so just give me your worst. And for the other half of you, please defend me if I can't get to all of them. But I am 100% for 526, even at the $2.3 billion cost. As a Johns Island resident, I think it is a safety issue, and I can get into that later. But right now, we want to talk about what immediate financial effects could this have on homeowners in the area. We all can kind of assume that this road, one way or another, is going to get paid for by taxes. Now, the state has put aside $420 million to complete this project, which, fun fact, if it would have been completed in the early 2000s like it was supposed to be, that $420 million should have covered the entire cost. Well, they're still giving us the $420 million, but now the cost from 2015 for this county of Charleston has gone up 6 times the amount to $1.9 billion. So how are residents and homeowners going to pay for that? And where is that money going to come from? The big word is taxes. And most likely it's going to come in the form of property taxes. Now, there was the 0.5-cent sales tax hike from before, so hopefully some of that still goes towards it. But when we look at the property taxes, we have incredibly low property taxes here. I've said it numerous times across my channel. It is one of the benefits of living in South Carolina. Now, the easiest way to pay for this $1.9 billion is if all of the 200,000 roughly housing units in Charleston County each wrote a check for $9,500. Boom, done. We move forward. But it's not that easy, and no one will or should have to write that just for this road. The other option is, and I think this is a little more feasible, that they're going to up our property taxes if they do decide to move forward on this. Now, I don't necessarily think this is a bad thing. Again, like I said numerous times and before in this video, our property taxes are insanely low. So we are the 6th lowest property tax state for primary residents. Now, if they tacked on a special assessment tax or a 526 tax or whatever we want to call it to our property taxes over the course of time, maybe $50, $100 a year really isn't that much. Now, let's look at it from a different point of view. If you're against your property tax going up just a little bit, over the past 2 years, we have seen rapid appreciation of home values in the area all across the country. Now, instead of doing a small assessment or 526 assessment, what if the county reassessed the value of all 200,000 of these housing units? Now, some have gone up 50% in value. What would that do to your property taxes at that point? I guarantee they would go up more than that $50 or $100. We're just, of course, estimating on that, but I guarantee they would go up more than whatever the special assessment or however they handled that would be. So if that comes up, I want to get that point out there because I think it's very important to think of it that way. The most likely thing that is going to happen is it was in the plans, and it could be in addition to one of these other two, is to make the extension a toll road, which I am 100% for over everything else. But I also think that it should go from 17 in Mount Pleasant all the way to James Island, make the entire thing a toll road. There's people in the area that use it all the time. There's people that never use it. I would gladly pay for a yearly sticker on my car to be able to use it, because when it comes to taxes, the best way to tax someone is to keep it as close to the user as possible. So I think the best way actually to handle this is, they had talked about the extension being a toll road, which I would 100% pay to use it. However, I think it should be a toll road from Mount Pleasant all the way to James Island. There's some people that never go on 526, so it would not even affect them. Me personally, I'm in my car a lot. I would pay to use 526. I would pay for a yearly sticker to do that. And an added cost on that would be, it would give my wife easier access to Target. So it would cost me probably more than raised property taxes as well, but that is a price I'm willing to pay. So financially, I think there are ways that we can deal with this. And I haven't even posted this video yet while I'm recording it, but I can already just feel the hateful comments down below because everyone is so passionate about this. I mean, you either love it or you hate it. There is no middle ground when it comes to 526. You're either passionately for it or you are passionately against it. And apart from the financial side, I do feel that there's a big safety concern as a resident of Johns Island with a family. If a storm were to come, yes, I know our actual evacuation route is up Main Road and out through Walterboro, but that's not where everyone goes. People are going to need to get off the island, and this would just give us one more way. And it's not just hurricanes. I want to tell you a little story. So yesterday I was coming home from work off of James Island on to Johns Island, and it took me about an hour to get home, and it usually takes me about 15 to 20 minutes. And the reason being is there was an accident at Riverland and Maybank. Now, this video is not about that intersection, but I do feel that's the most dangerous intersection that they should put some money towards. If you feel the same way, let's get a conversation going and maybe someone will notice that. But if that intersection wasn't so crazy and we had another way back onto Johns Island, all of these accidents there and elsewhere could possibly be avoided. So I don't want to look at it from just it's a hurricane standpoint. We have so much traffic coming on and off the island now, especially during the summer with the vacationers trying to get to Kiowa and Seabrook, which, if it were a toll road, would be more money that people would pay. They wouldn't be paying the yearly pass. They would be paying per use, which would greatly increase the profitability of the road and help it pay for itself. So those are just my thoughts on this. Let's get that conversation going down in the bottom. This is going to be very hotly contested, and I almost didn't make this video, but I think it's something that everyone needs to be aware of. I wanted to get my thoughts out there, and let's keep the conversation going. Love to hear from you. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video.